Gamified Communities. I have some cool community builders here alongside me on the stage. Max, Kenn, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing well, bro. Thanks for having me. It's my third time here at NFT.NYC, so good to be back.
Good. How's it going in New York?
Totally. I think when we first got backstage, we hadn't spent any time together previously, but we all come from slightly different backgrounds. For those who don't know me, I am an Axie Infinity player, gamer, streamer, and I run a pretty large guild called Loot Squad. And our community... Yeah, thank you. So our community is very much centered around the approach of togetherness, empowerment. But to pass it over, Kenn, you do some crazy, crazy stuff yourself in Apex. Can you give us a bit more intel on that?
Yeah, I know we were talking backstage. We didn't get a real chance to introduce, but I just play that recreationally for fun. My community, we go by, bros. Bros are gender fluid. Everybody can be a bro, and everybody is a bro. We try to support each other. The rising tides raises all ships kind of mentality.
Yeah.
I just so happen to be like that, first ant being pushed up by all the other ants to make it out of the hole, when the anthill collapses. And my responsibility now is to bring as many other of my bros up with me, get out of that hole and make it out. So, we all try to support each other, what we're doing with our projects, whether it's, NFTs or FTs.
Nice.
Sick. And on our far end, Max, you come in and you're in a slightly different space, where we're like the creators and kind of jumping around building community and all that stuff. But, dude, you got some exceptional stuff going on. You've worked at one of the more famous, the Atari guys.
Yeah. So Atari is the first ever gaming company. First game ever created by Steve Jobs back in the 60s. And basically, we recognized early that there was a big growing community of players who wanted to come and play blockchain games. And really started, the goal essentially was, we have this massive brand, known by millions of people. How do we help traditional gamers to come online and play blockchain games with NFTs and stuff?
Yeah, and to talk more about that. Dude, I could only imagine how ridiculous it was trying to create community back in like the 1990s, playing like Atari-based games and things of that sort. Like, in terms of where you guys are as a company now with community building and how you go about cultivating that, how much do you think the differentiator was back then? Like, you couldn't just get on Twitter like I do every day and be like, oh yeah, good morning, GM. But what do you guys do?
I was not at the company back then, but there's a massive community of indie game developers that played the first ever Atari consoles. I mean, it was the biggest one. I think everyone who's over 30 years old here played it for sure. Now today, the goal is really how do we get all those old school style gamers and give them the tools to kind of like start interacting with Web3 and play blockchain games.
Dope. Kenn, I need to know from you, dude. I saw you backstage. You came in. You had the M3 jacket on. I was like, bro, whatever community this dude's building, it has to be the most insanely awesome place to be. And your vibe was so chill. Can you give me some insight? Dude, what is it like for you building community? And like, kind of how does your audience, like, what is their feedback in terms of that engagement? And how do you go about that process?
So actually, before recently, it was all just, as many people as I could, I'd help that reached out, whatever they were. They were artists or collectors or just trying to get in as an end user because they wanted to figure out how to use crypto. So I just, reached out and gave everybody I could a helping hand. And the next thing you know, all the hands I helped were all surrounding me, helping other people with their hands. And it looked like I noticed the people I helped started helping people. And those people started helping people. And we kind of gravitated naturally to each other and became a community of just bros that wanted to see, honest work being done, a safe way to on-ramp friends, and didn't want people to feel discouraged by having to feel like they had to, have a college degree or, be a rocket scientist to understand this technology, whether it's to build on it or use it. So yeah, it just, now we've grown into this community, actually created the Kenn token, and we've started to kind of monetize those efforts that we've put into on-ramping and the efforts to mass adoption. We started a membership program where, if artists want to work with us in any way, just join the membership. We'll help you completely. You want to get some NFTs, join the membership, you get free NFTs. But really what it comes down to is, be the help that you wish you had now that you can provide it. And I feel like it's my responsibility to help as many people get to a position in life that people helped me get to today. And, sort of like when you see like LeBron James throw a sneaker into the audience after a game to a fan who supported him. It's as easy for like Mr. Beast to just throw a free NFT into a wallet, and it's like a blank check.
Yeah.
So I've been giving away NFTs or selling them for $1, working with high-end artists, and just trying to do that, like inspire Mr. Beast to start writing NFT blank checks to his community.
Bro, that is so sick. I remember like when I first got started in Axie, it was a bit of the same. Like I realized there's tons of people. The game's very expensive to get into at the very baseline. Yeah. And they have this thing called scholarshiping where you can legit take 3 Axies, you lend them to someone, they play with them, and you guys split, some of the profit share. But I went a little bit beyond that because I realized building that community, just like you said, was super important. Backstage, you told me about, dude, you were out there giving out 0.5 Bitcoin to people.
I gave away half a Bitcoin for Christmas last year.
Dude, that half a Bitcoin, if he held it right now, he'd have over 30 grand.
It was a woman in the Philippines, I believe, who won it, and I really, truly hope she kept it safe and didn't, lose it.
Dude, that's truly insane. What are your thoughts on that?
How was she selected, the woman?
What was that?
How did you select the winner?
I use Pickall.app. It's a transparent way to pick a winner from a Twitter giveaway. Like, retweet, comment, stuff like that.
Nice. No, we did a lot of rewards problem system also. Basically, we partnered with like probably 10 games on the blockchain, and if any new wallet will go and try that game, kind of plus into another users that get rewards all the time as well.
Yeah, we took it one step farther because I don't necessarily like that. It feels like the old school way of gamified community engagement. Like, retweet, I'll pick one of you to win something. I feel like now, with the way things are going, with influencing or branding and things like that, not just corporations, but now individuals can kind of monetize that. And, with the memberships that we've created with BroBros420.com, those members get a revenue share of everything that my brand makes. So you support me. That support makes, it just keeps, it's more cyclical that way.
Nice. Bryce, how do you engage your community?
Oh, man. So we have a couple of really cool things. The first one, the Philippines is like pretty much my home at this point. They've really changed my life in terms of how I've been able to grow an Axie, build my brand. So everything I've been looking to do has been how do I provide them with more value? And what we've been able to build, it goes beyond just the whole scholarshiping model, but dude, there were people in the Philippines who were scholars under me that I realized, hey, this guy's really good at art. This person's really good at writing. So we just recently launched a Loot magazine.
That is awesome.
And so what we did was we sold like 500 copies. And if you own one, you can get an airdrop from like the Loot Squad. But additionally, we took all of the profit from that and we literally just divvied it out to all of the contributors from the Philippines and surrounding areas. Dude, we had some people who made like $7,000, just for contributing to the magazine.
Can all you bigger projects please take note? This is how you gamify community engagement.
Appreciate it. So like, my thought process is very much like you. How do we empower people? They're not just gamers, but they have other dreams and aspirations. Some of them write. Some of them want to do music. Some of them want to do art. How do you put them in a position to where you add enough value to their lives that they want to do that and pass it on? And it's sick to see what you're doing with that coin, dude. I got to get in on that.
Yeah, it's a Kenn token. You can find it on alcor.exchange. And it's a wax-based token because, wax.
Max, I need to know, you guys are doing some pretty interesting stuff in the sandbox. From what I was told, you were one of the first, Atari was, one of the biggest and first sandbox land holders. So can you give me some more insight on that and how you plan on leveraging that for community?
So I think the goal for us, we saw pretty early on in 2018, we wanted to build our own metaverse. But as being a listed company, one established gaming company, we didn't want to take the risk at the beginning. So we started investing as much as possible in all the metaverse that were available. So we're the third largest landowner in the sandbox today and planning to use that land to create gaming experiences for the players. We also did a lot of good work in Decentraland. We have a casino run by Decentral Games and also HQ. We're just regular person, people from the community come and hang out. We host events there, trying to engage people to start using those tools. And we'll be coming up next year with our own metaverse, which we're building right now, which will be based on Binance Smart Chain.
And do you see a world where, creators like myself, like Kenn, we could collaborate potentially with you guys? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Yes, please.
I'm asking all the questions.
Absolutely. The goal is to get as many creators, as many designers, as many people that create experiences to come and create them online and bring their community along the way. So we already have a couple of worlds that are going to be managed by a specific kind of person, but any applications is welcome.
Cool, cool. Getting back to you, Kenn, and getting back to talking about your token, because I think your story is exceptional. But this is going to be a question that's kind of off par. Is every member in the Bro Bros as eccentric as you when it comes to the stylistic approach you take in your outfits? Because I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if it's a fashion contest in the community, but yeah, we do kind of stand out in crowds as a crowd. So if that makes sense.
No.
How many holders of the token right now? Do you know?
What was that?
How many holders of the token of your token?
Ooh, that's over 100.
Let's go.
Right? We just launched literally. My birthday was November 1st. We started the membership, so just a couple days now. Yeah. No,
I gotta
There's
clap it up.
$100,000 in liquidity already, so thanks to the Bro Bros for supporting the dream. And yeah, man, I just, you know how it is. We get emails from projects that we're like, how much to pay you to make a video, or how much to retweet this, and I'm like, bro, I'm already rich. I don't need your money. I don't even like your shit. I don't need it. But my community could use that money. You know, and a lot of the times it's like, man, I could make that video and do like half of it, keep half, give it away, whatever. No, let's give all of it back. The only reason I'm getting that email with that offer is because of these people that supported me to this position. How about I make them give that money to them instead of me? So now those people that want me to work with them or want to work with me, they have to go and buy Kenn from the exchange from the people in my community who already got it, whether they're holding my NFTs, get the airdrop, join the memberships, or just buy the token. Companies that want to work with me, somebody who's been in this space since 2015, been doing NFTs since 2017, has the first like influencer NFT on Wax, they got to buy my token from my community in order to work with me now.
That's huge. I don't think people realize how huge that is, because the creator world or space, there are tons of people who get into NFTs that are creators or celebs, and it looks like cash grabs. But when you hear about an ecosystem that's running like that, and the creator behind it having such an approach to the vision of giving back to the community, man, it's truly exceptional.
Just as an individual, you know, I'm not Mr. Beast. I'm not like an influencer in that sense, but we broke like $900,000 in secondary market volume on my Wax Atomic Hub collection. So just like the members buying and selling the NFTs that I've sold have broke $900,000 in sales. That's amazing to see my community giving me $1 for an NFT, and then somebody else be willing to give them more than that dollar for that.
No, I totally agree. And in your opinion, what are some issues or hurdles that you had when you first started in content creating and kind of building this Bro community?
I would say kind of figuring out who's actually a genuine bro and who's just trying to see who they could take advantage of. You know, early on in 2016, you know, I didn't really have the intent to be an influencer, content creator, public person, none of that. I was just tired of everybody asking me how to buy Bitcoin, what's this in 2016, and there was like 2 YouTubers to point to.
Yeah.
You know, so I made some content, pointed my friends and family to that.
That's pretty sick. And I think like where the NFT and the gaming space is going in terms of creators not only taking back their time and energy, but also being able to say, hey, this is my community. You need to contribute to them. How do you think you are going to leverage, or do you see a world where you're leveraging airdrops, either of you, in terms of using airdrops to give back to different communities that are supporting your projects?
Yeah, that's that cross-pollination gamified community engagement right there. Cross-pollination is very important. It's actually what's helped my community the most, to be honest. I really go out of my way to figure out how to provide value to my community that gave me value to begin with. So I partnered with Our Planet. I don't know if you are familiar, but Our Planet is a project on Wax. You can stake your NFTs in their ecosystem and earn their in-game currency. So my NFT collectors can basically get paid to hold my NFTs by another project. That wouldn't be possible without that collaboration. Also, if you're in my Telegram channel and you're engaging with the community, you're actually earning cryptocurrency for every message that you send in my Telegram channel. I have almost 4,000 people getting paid to talk to each other all day, every day, all because of Magic Dust. Anybody here know about Dust? Yeah. So I stake a lot of Dust, and then I gave all the dividends that come out of that stake to the community in that channel. So I forego my reward and give it all away.
That's awesome. I think for us, it was more of an educational process. I think like people first come into the games, they don't really know what are all the moving pieces, what are all the NFTs, what do they do. So we used airdrop we created skins with engine in the sandbox, and people had no idea like what can I do with those skins, like what's the benefit of having them. So every single Atari user that was coming in to the sandbox playing the games will airdrop them the skins, and then they earn extra rewards wearing the skins. So just of an educational process.
Yeah. No, that's definitely sick. I feel like where gaming has gone in terms of community, a lot of people don't realize, and touching on the point you made about Telegram, that most of where you see the game actually being played is not in your actual gaming server. It's not in a space where you're using a controller. I mean, I get on Twitter and I tweet 3,000 to 4,000 times a month, and I wake up every day, and the most important part of my day is saying good morning to all the people who wake up and want to meet me and want to talk to me and are super excited to have me in their lives, and vice versa, having that support. So the actual game is social media, and that's the true concept of these gamified communities. I love using Twitter and Discord. Are you leveraging any of that in you guys' platform kind of structure when you're growing?
Yeah, I actually just jumped into Discord recently, trying to figure out how to reward people for playing the games that are in Discord. You know, monetizing that API ability, I think, is really important, and a lot of projects are working on it. Twitter, I feel like, again, we're kind of moving away from that whole like, retweet kind of a thing. I feel like, you know, that is, seeing that maybe taints the brand of anything nowadays, right? You know, it's maybe in your Telegram channel, you could post your tweet and say, hey, you guys want to retweet this? But I think doing giveaways on Twitter in that sense, it's lost its, you know, authenticity.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think when I first started, I was very much like you. Dude, I did a ton of giveaways. I look back at the amount of
It feels
AXS.
good to give back, right?
Yeah, it's amazing to give back. And it's like, when I look back at the amount of AXS and the cost of it, I'm like, yeah, most people would look at it and say, oh, why'd you do all this giveaway stuff? And I'm like, dude, these are people who might have at first came for the giveaway, and they turned into community builders themselves. And every day, you know, we're not just building ourselves to community build. We're trying to turn other people into versions of ourselves, but in their own
absolutely.
creative
How
way.
many people have won a giveaway and you see them do a giveaway of some of the money they won from a
yes,
giveaway?
yes.
I love when I see people do a giveaway after they won a giveaway.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I had one the other day where one of our scholars was just like, I'm going to give away 100 SLP. And then like 8 other people within the community were just like, I'll also add 100. I'll also add 100. And it's like crazy the amount of true passion that people have in helping other people when you just spark that igniter, dude.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
People want to help people that help people.
Yeah.
I think Twitter is still good because you can reach out people that are not part of your community yet. And like, for example, I think if you're doing a giveaway for people in your Discord, probably all of them already have access or are playing the games already. I think Twitter is still more broader, so you can get like actually new people that have no idea about anything. Maybe some of them don't even have a wallet. You just airdrop them something, and then you'll see like those people don't sell. They bring other people in, they buy more, they play the games. So I think that's still a very good sector to do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And another area that I would say is super important and prevalent on social media, I think for the longest time, people looked at, you know, Twitter, they looked at these platforms, and, you know, there's tons of trolls, especially in the crypto and NFT space. But one thing that I've realized, and it's actually helped me in my journey, was that there are tons of people who will say negative things on your posts just because they're internally going through something. And if you can be that person that helps them get to the bottom of what that something is, you can create so much change. There was a guy who, you know, I was talking about Axie at one point. He was just like, oh my God, the game is turning to shit, SLP, whatever. And, you know, I dug down deep and I just kept asking him questions to get to the deep-rooted issue of what he was going through. And it ended up being a thing where he had gotten scammed by some guy in a Discord about Axie like literally 4 months ago, and he had just never gotten over that. And he also was having some personal issues that he was just internally dealing with. And like just going that deep made him not only change his whole thought process of the game, but his whole thought process of the overall community.
Yeah, that's another thing with the community that we have is it's not just crypto support. You know, it's life support a lot of the time. You know, especially emotionally, you know, these ups and downs, it's very parabolic, and you're right, some people, you know, may go into the deep end too soon and may get scammed, and, you know, it's other things outside of crypto that affect them. It's good to have that, you know, safe place of a support group that you can go to and be like, yo, you know, I'm just having a bad day in general. And be able to talk about it.
So how do you guys navigate this space? Because not only our communities, but us as people, we go through times where there's ups and downs. And I'm not going to lie, there's some days where I don't want to look at my Discord, I don't want to touch a Twitch stream, and I'm just like, dude, I just need a break. But, you keep pushing. So how do you handle those times of, negative moments in your lives?
I mean, I think find people outside of crypto or outside of the community helps a lot. I think this week has been a bit tough for that, but I mean, yeah, just do regular life stuff, like not stay on the computer 24/7, looking at charts and looking at your Discord probably helps a lot, yeah.
Yeah, my community's used to me digitally detoxing every once in a while. I'll take a sabbatical, just tap out. Mic check? Hello? Okay. Or yeah, just take a sabbatical, just take a couple days off from Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all that, right? Take a couple days off, come back with that energy, and I think it, encourages your community members to take a day off too. They feel like they have to be active all day, every day to stay relevant in the community, and I see that, and I try to encourage people like, yo, take a day off. You don't have to be moderating the chat all day. Yeah. This is your mic. Mic check.
Oh, are we back? We back?
We're back.
That's what I love to hear. But no, it's definitely a space where, dude, they want to be just like you, right? So they want to.
Well, that's why it's our responsibility to do as much as we can to help them to get to where we're at.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. I guess my next question would be, in terms of how your community has grown, what's one thing, if you could change anything, what would it be? I know that's a tough one because sometimes some people don't even have regrets about it, but I gotta ask.
I guess it might be bros because a lot of girls don't feel like they can, join the community sometimes. But bros is again gender fluid. Everyone's a bro. I think that may have been something I may have tried to rebrand back if I could go back. But it was just a natural thing I say. Like I have, have a day, how it goes. There's some catchphrases that just like were just how I talk. But I call everybody bro, and I think it gets kind of misunderstood sometimes.
Nah, I think the term is sick, but yeah, the inclusivity thing is always, going to be a thing. But Max, what are your thoughts on this?
I think for us, it's more like before people used to play and not make any money out of playing games, and now they're coming in, they're playing, and they become a bit too money dependent. Like I think some people kind of lose the passion for playing the actual game and are more looking into the rewards. I think that's one way we should try to change it a little bit.
So via social media, I want to see more gaming companies actually tweet, and not just like tweet, oh, well, this is our update, but like be a meme. Like I think a lot of community building is creating fun, loving memes that people can share. And I think I saw Taco Bell make a really crazy tweet one time.
I was just thinking about Wendy's when you said that. You said
the chicken nuggets and all that.
Yo, your crypto companies need to start looking at Wendy's and Taco Bell, how they are, memeing their tweets and engaging in that community. They really do have like really good community engagement.
Yeah, because that's what people want to see. Like, at the end of the day, I don't look at Wendy's and I'm like, beforehand I was like, all right, bro, I'm just going to go here and get a burger. But now I'm like, bro, who knows? Wendy might actually go off and like chew somebody up on Twitter or be on some reckless stuff.
Yeah, like who did Wendy make fun of today? Right? Who's Jack in the Box trolling? Like,
exactly. So like, I don't know. Maybe that's something I'd love to see more gaming companies get into and like just take a stance and be like, all right, bro, I want to have fun with it. Because at the end of the day, we're just all having fun in the social metaverse, and it just happens that gaming is kind of overlaid on top of it. But like, at the end of the day, we're all people, and we just want to have fun and hang out.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to bring up a question for you two. Is there any like ways that you see, I don't want to say influencers because it feels whatever, but influencers and companies like Atari kind of doing the collaborations with the communities, and how could that be done? Like, how can we start to get these projects to really engage with our communities outside of calling us customers? They could call us friend.
We did a big grant program for in Decentraland, like a gaming building competition. Basically, we gave some of our IPs. Anyone could use them. So, like some of the very like legendary Atari IPs, anyone could use them to build games. And they actually created, I think, 37 different games that people play every day now in Decentraland. So that was a great way to like get the community not only to just like come and play our games, but kind of like have an added value and like some creative value.
Yeah, that they went from customer to team member real quick.
Exactly.
No, that's amazing. And we'd definitely love to explore learning more about what you guys have going on. I know we are running up on time, so like, I mean, if we could all just have that final word, what would you say, Max, of your final word in terms of NFT gaming communities?
I mean, NFT gaming communities is here to stay, and let's all make it fun, I guess.
I want to encourage everybody here to research the Beanie Baby phenomenon. And there's a few Beanie Baby documentaries out there on YouTube. Look into what happened with Beanie Babies and take what you've learned and apply that to the potential that these NFT projects have. You know, we could have Pokemon or we could have Beanie Babies. Everything is kind of in that non-fungible Schrodinger's box. You know, just... That's what I say. You know, try to take, you know, what we've learned already from the legacy collectibles world and apply that to this world. It's the same difference. You know, if you collected trading cards like Pokemon, look at Splinterlands.
Totally. I guess my final word would be, one, big thank you to everyone for coming out and listening to us, you know, talk and really chop it up. But definitely go deep into the NFT gaming space, because I think traditional NFTs are amazing, and we see spaces where they're doing great things like Bored Ape Yacht Club. But then you also have amazing, exceptional creators like Kenn. We have great game developers like Max, and you have just overall communities in gaming like Axie Infinity that take it a step further in terms of how we cultivate communities, and that's going to be the future of where work, play, and social interaction take place. So for myself, I always ended with a simple term that I've coined: become the impossible. Thanks for having me.
Have a day.
Well said.